Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here. It is February 7th, 2023. It is Tuesday evening at 9:15 approximately.
9:19.
Oh, I said approximately.
I know, you've done good.
Are you done?
I'm done.
I'm just giving him stuff back.
She is.
Yeah. It's been, yeah. Not him, but it's just been, I know a lot of you guys are worried. It's the main reason why I'm coming on here, because I know, and yes, I feel as rough as I look, okay? I thought I'm not going to come on here and try to pretend. Things been kind of rough. But I know some of you guys have been contacting me and worried about me, especially Carol and Kathy, and, my friend Barbara, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are, but we're okay. I'm still not feeling real great. Brad hasn't been feeling good. The dog's been very sick. Worst part for us is the dog. Charlie is about 12 years old, 11 and a half, 12 years old, and life expectancy for his breed is about 8 to 10 years. Doesn't make us any happier, right? I think he's just becoming a lot older, and his days may be going faster. He's lost quite a bit of weight. He really didn't have extra loose. He's always been very muscular, very muscular. He was having trouble keeping anything down, but he's always been drinking still. Intermittent, runny bowels and stuff. But last report from Brad was that the rear end was starting to firm up some. He's been keeping down now for about 12 hours. He's been keeping down food. We're feeding him like a baby. We've been looking on the websites. You can't get in to see a vet for a good 2 weeks. As is, they probably won't do anything because of his age. They really didn't want to do anything about his back because of his age either. We're trying to make him as comfortable as possible. He's not in a lot of distress. He's not doing any heavy panting. He's not running a fever. He's not refusing to drink. He's still drinking a lot. Urinating just fine. He's moving a lot slower, but he's still coming up on the bed. Biggest problem we'd had is he wants to be underneath the bed all the time, and he wants that when he feels great. But we've had to block that off because, he threw up a couple times down there, and trying to get that cleaned up, and then too, you can't tell how well he's doing if he's under a bed, so, yeah. Brad and I haven't thrown up for about a day now. We had the other stuff going on too. I'm still very congested. Brad is somewhat congested. But I'm starting to do the step down on the prednisone. They give you the prednisone. Now, my doctor always tells me take these tablets for 5 days. Well, it doesn't work for me because it's really hard when you get put on prednisone, so many of you guys know, and then you get off of it, and it's called roid rage for a reason, and it really does affect me, and so I have to kind of step off it slowly, taper myself off, so Brad can still be alive, and, and general society too. So that's what I'm doing. So while I know when I'm starting to step off, I don't feel as great as I thought I did when I'm on the prednisone, but I think I'm getting better. I am back to riding the bike. Only 15 minutes now, and you guys know I was up to 30 minutes. But because, when you've been sick for a while, and but I just got done doing it because I have to get the lungs moving. It was better today, easier than it was yesterday. Because I got to clear up. I'm still on antibiotics, and will be for a while. This is a really bad string of flu going all over the United States right now. So everybody be very cautious. You'll be seeing more people out wearing masks, and that's why. You know, because it is a bad strain. The other day when we were at my doctor's appointment, almost everybody that came in there was wearing a mask because it's going around so bad. And that is not mandatory to wear one unless you have cold symptoms or you're coughing. I automatically put one on before I walked in the door because I knew, you know. And, you know, ever since, you know, we've been experiencing this pandemic, I know everybody becomes alarmed when you hear somebody sneezing or coughing. I do too. So I didn't want to stress anybody out either. I didn't want taking chances. So that's what's been going on, and that's why I've been so quiet. I'm doing okay. I know you guys know that I have issues with depression, but I've also become a lot older and stuff, you know, and I know this is the sucky part of being a pet owner, and it never gets any easier. But I know we've done the best we can by this dog. We have given him such a wonderful life. We fought tooth and nail to get him and all of the animals we had out to Florida with us and here. And I would do it all over again. It took a good 2 years to get him to quit destroying things, eating things, wanting to chew on us. But it was all worth it. You know, and we'll continue to make his life. If we saw something alarming that we thought a vet could help with, yeah, we would do it. You know, but there really isn't anything. We've seen this a number of times with senior pets. And we just have to, you know, keep him. We bought, well, he's been having some boiled chicken and rice, you know, what they always recommend. He's on an antibiotic. And it's just a general antibiotic that, you know, helps. Did you put any yogurt in tonight's?
No.
Okay, maybe we'll try that the second time.
Okay, that's
We're
a good
giving him
idea.
small little tiny meals. He ate, this is tuna and rice
And chicken broth.
and chicken broth. And he had about, well, we didn't fill this bowl all up, but what's left in it, he ate about half that much. So, I mean, you know, he's eating a lot smaller meals, but he's keeping it down for now, and that's the key. We bought some yogurt because that's good for stuff. He's on a probiotic. We're keeping him very comfortable. We're keeping things nice and sedate. And, you know, in the house, we're loving on him a lot. You know, if he's gonna go, I just don't want him to suffer. So that takes a toll on us. We haven't been sleeping well. We kind of both have been taking turns, you know, keeping an eye on him and everything. I stayed home today. I did want to get out of the house pretty badly because, you know, we don't get out of the house that often, but we didn't feel like we wanted to leave him all alone. Brad had some errands he had to run. So I stayed home with Charlie gladly because, like I said, I didn't feel like leaving him alone in the house in case he got sick again or anything. So, you know, that's what you do. I did call and talk with Carol for quite a while today, and thank you so much, Carol. That was so much fun. You really helped improve my mood. We were laughing and cutting up and joking around and telling stories, and it was a good time. You know, her and Kathy really are kind of my life support. I'm sorry I haven't said much to you lately, Kathy. I know that you've been really busy too, and you understand about when you have an ailing pet that, you know, you probably wonder why I'm not sitting here just boo-hooing and stuff, because it'll come someday when he does pass. I'm trying to keep myself on an even keel because, you know, I know that while things have been kind of rough for us lately, with me being sick, Brad being sick, the dog being sick, you know, with finances the way they are, this too shall pass. You go through ebbs and flows in life, and it's not horrible. Other people would take a look at what we're going through and go, please. So, you know, So I've just kind of chilling out. I've been doing some loom knitting. I mean, there's some new season of New Amsterdam on. I've been enjoying watching that. Brad and I switched beds now. We didn't switch rooms. So we switched beds because with okay, I want to say this. I almost said there's something going on with Brad medically. This is very impactful on his life. He's not ready to talk about it, and I'm not going to talk about it until he is ready. There's more tests that need to be done. And then we'll give you guys the full, when he is ready, we'll give you guys the full thing. No, it's not a scare with cancer or anything, but it is something that's very, very impactful. Very, yeah, it will affect both of our lives. And so, just with what Brad's been going through with his legs and stuff, and being in so much pain, I decided I thought it would be better if I took the small bed now, the twin, and he took the queen, because he's a spreader outer when he sleeps. He likes to spread out. I don't normally spread out. My dog, Jelly Bean, has me trained. I take up about a fourth of the pillow, maybe. Actually, I use a stuffed gorilla to lean my head on, and she's on the pillow. And I kind of stay in one position, and that works better for me. Brad, like I said, because his legs hurt and stuff so much, and then with the back too. Also, the queen bed is a little softer, and his bed is harder, and I like a harder mattress. He likes a little softer. He can see the TV better. See, I primarily usually will watch at night. We'll watch my laptop, and he will watch the TV. So, it's working out better, I think, don't you?
Uh-huh.
He has a lot more room. And, Carol, this time I let him have that big, beautiful purple blanket you got us for Christmas. We alternate every other time, and then, it gets laundered. And he loves it, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's the biggest blanket we have. It is the biggest blanket we have. It barely fits in the washing machine, but it does. But it's so nice, and he likes to wrap up all up in it. It's good to see him stretching out at night more fully and watching TV and stuff. So yeah, we didn't even have to move stuff, but just a little bit of stuff, like stuff I have over by my bed, the stuff he has over by his bed. It was a not a big thing at all, but yeah, I was just thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't know why we don't switch. And I brought it up to him, and he's like, well, yeah, we can try that. And I think it's going to be a better fit. Because, his back's he's not going to grow a new spine. We tried to order one. They've been so back ordered, they're never, You would have a better chance of getting some Ozempic and being able to afford it at this point in time. But, so, we did that. You guys know I'm not on the Ozempic because the price increased so much. I'm not sure. I think I might have a savings card that would work. I'm not sure what stands on that.
The savings card, that's the same one we've been using.
And so it doesn't work anymore.
It does, but it only brings it down to $250 a month.
Oh, because, yeah, it said tops it would cost, oh, yeah, I guess the high cap was, yeah. See, I can't afford $250 for Ozempic. I can't. With the prednisone, my glucose numbers were just sky high. I tell you guys, one time it was 304, which for me is extremely high. Now, when I got put in the ICU a couple years ago, they told me after that they didn't think I would ever get below 300 on the glucose. And it took about a year, but I finally did. And stuff. But now that I'm stepping down off prednisone, it's coming back down. This morning was 160. It was a little higher, I'm going to admit. We both did a little bit of comfort eating about 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning, because it's been one very rough day with Charlie. And we both hadn't been feeling good. So, I'll admit it, we did a bit of comfort eating. I know we shouldn't, but we did. And but the morning before that it was 124. So it's starting to come down. I mean, if we all didn't, I was talking with a friend of mine the other day. I was talking with Val, and said something about, some people when they're stressed out and stuff, they don't eat. I sure wish I was that way. And I know there's other people that they get depressed or they get stressed out and they just don't eat. And I've never been that way. So,
Me neither.
but I try to normally control it pretty well. But once in a great while, on to more positive things, because this all too will sort itself out, right? You're hearing me cough a little bit more because all this stuff is loosening up in my lungs and my sinuses. So, yeah. I have finally found, I knew I had a bunch more hats done. I finally found them, and we still are planning on taking, as soon as we get well enough, we're going to take these hats down to Tender Mercy still. We decided to still do this. They really need the money. I want to do it pretty soon, too, because pretty soon it'll warm up, hon, and people won't buy near the hats.
Yeah.
I found some that Rebecca has sent me. I found some that Cassie had sent me, and I can't remember who the other person was sent me some hats. I put them all in here, guys. So I'm going to show you guys. Give me a minute. I have, and I usually will save if I have like these, like the comforters come in, I'll save them. So we have this one chock full of hats, all different sizes, all different patterns, and stuff. Some that you guys made, some that I made. I think Carol or Kathy will see some of the hats you made right there. There's some other ones that Rebecca made, and more that I made, and some other ones. So those two big bags, and there's well over 100 hats there, guys, are going down to Tender Mercies. I just want to show you guys that it does make a difference, the yarn that you donate or the hats that you donate, if you want to. If you don't want to, you want to do your own thing and donate to homeless shelters, domestic abuse shelters. Those can be harder to find. Your food banks. Maybe you belong to a church and you want to do a hat giveaway. Maybe you want to give hats to senior center. Cancer centers always really can use that, but check out their guidelines, because they have specific guidelines. But check out all of that. You can find a place to donate hats like that. Tender Mercies will get all these, and you'll probably think, well, why is a animal shelter getting these hats? Because we're donating them all, and they're going to sell them. Their job then will be to separate them out by size, sell them for whatever they want. Even put a sign on there asking for a donation. Take a hat, make a donation, and they can use all that money for the medical bills for those dogs and cats that come in, because they always have a vet bill. And they also do have an emergency vet fund, like if a dog gets hit by a car or something. I'm not using that with Charlie because I don't feel like it's a true emergency, his age and stuff. That just, I don't want to use a resource that somebody else could use better. And for food, upkeep, cleaning supplies, all of that. So, it all makes a big difference. So, that's what we're going to be doing. We just have to get well enough to go down there. And also, we haven't, of course, been down to Senior Center, even though we both really want to, because we haven't been well enough. We were turning the sleep pattern around, but that went out the window too, because just being sick and not feeling good, and then with the dog and stuff, I mean, we seem to think we need to hold visual over him all night long. I don't know why, but we do. That's the first question I ask Brad every time I wake up. Where's Charlie? Where's Charlie? And he does the same thing. So we'll get through it. We will. One of the things that's really important to me that we do, though, is is I want to get impressions of his paw. You know, you know how you do a stamp?
Uh-huh.
And of the other dogs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to have those. If I ever get another tattoo, I would get a tattoo of each one of their paw prints. You know, I would love to do that. I just, you know, justifying the money with the exorbitant cost of everything, it's just like, yikes. My doctor, I did tell you guys, she called in an inhaler the other day. And it was one that had a steroid in it. It couldn't be over $300. Brad called back and said, yeah, she just likes to have the prednisone tablets because we can't afford that inhaler. Like, Lord. Insurance companies change their mind all the time, first of every year, about what they're going to cover and stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick update. I think about you guys a lot. I'm sorry I've been so quiet. It's just, I was raised in a house that was really so dysfunctional, and if there was one little thing that went wrong, it was the biggest ordeal in the world. Seriously, right, honey?
Yeah.
Just a little bit you saw.
Oh, yeah. And I know with me, they were on their best behavior.
Yeah, and I mean, and so I worked really hard on not becoming so, you know, it's like there's not anything I can do about it. All I can do is love on him, watch him. If he gets, you know, bad, then I'll take him in. And then we'll decide together with the vet what can be done, what can't be done. You know, the vet isn't going to do anything more right now. I couldn't even get him in unless it would be an emergency vet. But they aren't going to do anything more than stick him in a kennel, monitor him, and that's great. Probably do an IV on him. You know, and, you know, take x-rays and stuff, but I know maybe some blood work, but, you know, he's perfectly healthy otherwise. He's just getting older. You know, he's really aged quite a bit in the last 3 months. You know it?
Yeah.
He's really slowed down and stuff, and we've been lucky. We thought we were going to have to probably put him down when the whole back issue. And the vet pretty much said, you know, if this doesn't work, we're going to have to talk about, you know. And we said, yeah, we knew. So, you know, best thing I can do for him, for my other dogs, for Brad and myself, is to keep calm and just love on him. Make this, you know, if he is starting to transition into, you know, a journey, you know, to the end, we can just make it as beautiful and pleasant and loving as possible, and that's all we can do. Like I said, it's the sucky part of being a pet owner, and it never gets easier. And, you know, I'll sit there. I'm just now got to the point where I can look at a picture of Missy and not cry. You know, it took that long, but, you know, it's inevitable, and as much as we hate it, you know, he's been a good dog, and hopefully, I don't know, when he came out on his own tonight from the bedroom because it was dinner time, and he got up when he heard Brad making dinner for them, and he went over and well, Brad brought a dish for me to give it to him because we're feeding him differently than the other dogs right now, of course, and he ate pretty with as much gusto as we've seen him in a week.
Did he? I couldn't see him from out here.
Yeah, and you know, he just eats enough, and then he goes over there, and then, you know.
Well, I know you know what I fed him.
Yeah.
But what I fed him, guys, is I fed him some plain white rice, plain white rice, and I added a little chicken broth to it, and then the tuna. I went to the store today, and I actually bought the tuna with oil. So what I did is I drained off some of the oil into that, and then I gave him about a half a can of tuna.
He loves tuna. And so when he hasn't refused to eat tuna yet, and we're not giving him just tuna. And I know boiled chicken, but he loves the tuna. And if we can't get him to eat anything else, you know, we'll eat, because at this point in time, we just got to get some calories into him. because, you know, he's lost enough weight and stuff that, you know, and that's our main concern. Like I said, he's not having breathing problems, he's not got a fever, he's not panting excessively, he's still drinking great, you know, it's just, you know. And I would be okay with the way he is as long as he can still eat and doesn't continue losing weight. I can deal with the rest, you know. We'll deal with whatever comes. You don't have control over this, you know. So all we can do is do the best we can by it. But anyway, that's what's going on. You know, you guys, if you're religious, pray for all of us, and we'll pray for all of you guys. And, you know, just keep being the wonderful people you are to us. You know, that meant a lot. That means a lot. And, you know, I just hope everybody else out there is doing great. Do you have anything to say?
Nope. I
Nope.
think you got it all covered.
Well, Brad's cooking me a hamburger patty, and I'm going to have some cabbage. So, anyway, I love you guys, and, I do cherish your friendships so very much. They really do mean so much to us. And remember, do something nice for somebody else, and then do something nice for yourself. Even if you give yourself permission to come on camera looking like this. Because this was, I did have my hair back a lot nicer, but we did take a short nap.
Huh.
You know, and then I got up to ride the exercise bike because I have to get the lungs moving and everything clearing and stuff. And, you know, together we can all make it through. With all that being said, everybody say, bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.